Hello all. So today we are continuing our conversation in Chapter 7. We're talking more about the training principles, and this is part 2. So guidelines are provided for professionals in the discipline of exercise physiology to use while planning and conducting programs to improve fitness. These principles should be followed whether the exercise program is being designed by an elementary school physical educator to improve students' health fitness, by a coach to improve athletes' performance, or by an exercise leader to enhance adults' fitness, or an exercise specialist as part of a patient's cardiac rehab program. Several physiological and behavioral factors must be taken into account if the sought-after benefits, improvement, and maintenance of fitness are to be realized. So some of those principles, the principles of overload, are to gain improvements in health and fitness. An individual must perform more than his or her normal amount of exercise. An increased demand or workload or overload must be placed on the body for benefits to occur. The body's adaptation to this increased workload leads to changes in fitness levels. For example, if improvement in muscular strength is the goal, the muscles must be exercised with a greater weight than normal. With the principle of specificity, this indicates the need for an individual to perform a specific type of exercise to improve each fitness component or improve fitness of a specific body part. Simply put, training must occur with the specific muscle or body part the person is attempting to improve. Therefore, training programs should be designed and overload applied with specific goals in mind. For example, stretching exercises will have little impact on cardiorespiratory fitness, and weight training exercise such as squats and lunges build fitness in the legs, not in the arms. Professionals must understand individuals' fitness goals and sport demands to design fitness programs specifically to achieve these aims. The principle of progression. The overload should be applied gradually and steadily increased or progressed for the best results. As the body adapts to the overload should be systematically increased by altering the frequency, duration, or intensity of the exercise. An individual training to gain cardiorespiratory endurance may begin an exercise program by jogging 2 miles at a moderate intensity. The next week, the individual would increase the distance to 2.5 miles, while still performing at the same level of intensity. Week after week, the overload would be adjusted until the desired level of fitness was attained. Programs should be carefully monitored so that the individual is challenged by the workout but not overwhelmed. The principle of diminishing returns. According to the dose-response relationship, as the dose of amount of physical activity increases, the gains accrued increase accordingly. As individuals become fitter, the benefits they receive from working out may not be as great as when they initially started. For example, sedentary individuals or those just beginning a fitness program tend to record the greatest magnitude of changes for small doses of physical activity. However, as these individuals become fitter, the gains achieved become less and less, even though physical activity is increased. This occurs as individuals approach their limits of adaptability. When improvements become less or even diminish, maintenance of fitness becomes important. The principles of variation. There are many different ways to achieve desired fitness goals, including variation into a training program. Maintains individuals' interest and provides a change of pace while still making progress toward desired goals. Variation helps alleviate boredom and overcome plateaus or periods where there seems to be little progress. Manipulating the intensity of exercise, its duration, or its type can introduce variability into the program. Alternating hard workouts with easier workouts and running in different locations within the community are some ways to introduce variability into the individual's fitness program. The principle of reversibility, the phrase use it or lose it, sums up this important principle. Inactivity or disuse leads to a gradual erosion of the benefits achieved through overload. Gains in fitness begin to erode in as little as 2 weeks after cessation of training. Cardiorespiratory gains deteriorate most quickly and can disappear within 5 to 10 weeks of inactivity. Strength gains erode more slowly. and some strength gains remain for 6 months to 1 year after cessation of training. To retain current fitness levels, individuals must continue to be active. However, less physical activity is needed in maintaining fitness than was required to achieve it. Therefore, individuals can reduce their level of physical activity through modifications in the frequency, intensity, or duration of exercise. The principle of individuality. Individuals respond differently to exercise and will differ in their rates of improvement and their potential levels of achievement. Heredity exerts a strong influence on fitness attainment. Heart rate and lung size, muscle fiber types, and physique are all influenced by heredity. Age, maturation, motivation, nutrition, and initial level of fitness also influence individuals' response to training. Individuals' activity preferences exert an important response to training. Their activity preferences exert an important influence on their continued engagement in physical activity. Consideration of individual differences and tailoring the exercise program to these needs contribute to individuals' adherence to their fitness program. The principle of recovery. The body needs time to adapt to the demands placed on it. Incorporating time for rest into the fitness program aids the body in this effort. Many individuals integrate recovery into their training by alternating the types of activities performed or by varying the muscle groups being trained. For example, an individual may work one day on improving upper body strength and devote the next day's training to working lower body strength. Researchers have also found that working out 7 days of the week increases the risk of injury. The principle of safety is of paramount concern in designing a fitness program. Before starting a program, individuals should have a thorough medical screening. This is particularly critical when special conditions exist, such as beginning an exercise program after a long period of inactivity or for rehabilitation after a heart attack. Special medical concerns such as diabetes require careful monitoring to ensure the safety of the individual. Additionally, individuals should be warned of the proper precautions to take when exercising in special weather conditions, such as intense heat, high humidity, or extreme cold. Finally, individuals should learn how to monitor carefully their responses to exercise and report any unusual occurrences, such as excessive breathlessness, to the professional conducting the program or to a physician. The FITT Formula is important when planning a fitness program. So when professionals prescribe an exercise program for an individual, they must specify the frequency, intensity, time, and type of exercise, or the FITT principle. These variables are used in constructing an exercise program or prescription for an individual. Each fitness component has a specific threshold of training that must be achieved. The threshold of training is the minimum level of exercise needed to achieve desired benefits. The target zone begins at the threshold of training and defines the upper limits of training and the optimal level of exercise. Exercise beyond the upper limit may be counterproductive. The acronym FITT can be used to help remember these prescriptive variables. These exercise variables are interrelated and can be manipulated to produce an exercise program appropriate to an individual's needs and to the outcomes wanted. For example, cardiorespiratory improvement can be realized by jogging, which looks at the type of activity, at 70% effort, which is the intensity, and for 40 minutes, or time, 5 times a week, looking at frequency. Individuals who are just starting a program to improve their fitness may be more successful if they exercise at a lower intensity for a longer session. Individuals who are obese may find it beneficial to exercise for shorter periods of time or duration, but more often during the week, so more frequent. Frequency refers to the number of exercise sessions per week. For example, 3 to 5 times per week. Achieving and maintaining health fitness requires that the individual exercise on a regular basis. Intensity is the degree of effort or exertion put forth by the individual during exercise. It is how hard a person works. For example, the intensity of effort put forth by a runner can be described as 80% of his or her maximum effort, which is measured by heart rate. And the effort put forth during strength training can be described as weight lifted, for example, 80 pounds. There are other ways of measuring, but that's just the example here. Time is the duration of the length of the activity, such as 40 minutes of exercise. Time is how long the exercise must be performed to be effective. Type is the mode of exercise being performed. Since fitness development is specific, different types of activities build different components of fitness. Activities such as jogging, rowing, bicycling, stretching, and weight training are types of exercise that can be used to realize specific fitness gains. The selection of the type of exercise should be guided by the fitness goal to be achieved. The interactive nature of the exercise components allows for the design of exercise programs to meet individuals' needs. Personal characteristics such as fitness status, medical status, and age must be considered when prescribing exercise. Medical conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and asthma must be taken into account when designing an exercise program. And appropriate modifications must be made to selected exercise to ensure participants' safety. The next consideration in planning an exercise program is the participant's fitness needs and goals. The program must be designed to provide opportunities for the development of the fitness component the participant desires to improve. Selected activities should be specific to the goal. Enjoyment is another critical factor in the selection of exercise. Adherence to the training program is enhanced when the participant enjoys the prescribed exercise. Activities should allow participants to achieve the desired fitness goals while maintaining interest and enjoyment. Individuals who find an activity enjoyable will be more likely to continue the exercise long enough to realize desired fitness improvements and to incorporate exercise into their lifestyle to maintain these improvements. Achievement of a desired level of fitness is a significant concern, but attention also must be directed to educating participants about the principles of designing a personal exercise program, assessing their own fitness, and resolving personal fitness problems. Development of a knowledgeable, independent fitness and health consumer, an individual who can achieve and maintain fitness for a lifetime, is an important priority. People need to take charge of their own lives and assume responsibility for the level of fitness. There are many different factors that should be considered in conducting fitness programs, such as environmental conditions, nutrition, and performance-enhancing drugs. Participants' safety should always be the primary concern of professionals conducting fitness programs. Extreme caution should be used when exercising in hot, humid weather, such as here in Corpus Christi. The body's normal temperature is 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. During exercise, as the body's temperature rises, several methods are used by the body to cool itself. As the body's temperature rises, as you exercise, you perspire or sweat, and the evaporation of the sweat keeps the body temperature within normal limits. When it is hot and humidity reaches 65% or higher, heat loss through evaporation is less effective, and the body's ability to dissipate heat is impaired. Additionally, excessive sweating and lack of fluid replacement can lead to dehydration. A person who is dehydrated stops sweating, and evaporation no longer cools the body. Heat-related problems such as heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke can occur under hot and humid conditions. Heat cramps are muscle cramps, typically in the muscles most used in exercise. Heat exhaustion, on the other hand, is characterized by muscle cramps, weakness, dizziness, disorientation, nausea, elevated temperature, profuse sweating, rapid pulse, and collapse. Heat stroke is life-threatening emergency. The symptoms include a sudden collapse, unconsciousness, rapid pulse, relatively dry skin from lack of sweating, and a core body temperature of 106 degrees Fahrenheit or higher. To prevent heat-related problems, use caution when exercising in hot, humid weather. Be sure to drink plenty of fluids before, during, and after exercise to replace fluids lost through evaporation. Water and commercial sports drinks such as Gatorade and Powerade are good for replenishing fluids. Exercise during the coolest part of the day, either early in the morning or later in the evening. On extremely hot and humid days, participants should consider decreasing the intensity of their workout to reduce heat stress. Other considerations may involve canceling the workout or exercising indoors in a cool environment. It is also important to take time to acclimate the body to the hot and humid weather. Acclimatization occurs usually in 5 to 7 days. And that is all that we have for today. We are going to be going over part 3 of chapter 7, where we'll be talking more about the health-related components of fitness. I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great day.